The Chua Trail. The Chua Trail is at the northern part of Payne's Prairie Preserve State Park and leads to the Alachua Sink. The name Lachua basically means the sinkhole in Timucuan. As a note, the Timucua were the largest group of Native Americans that lived in the North Florida and Southeast Georgia region, although they were unfortunately all wiped out after the arrival of the Europeans. If you followed along with other videos in this series, the Alachua Sink is basically the drain and the final stop of a long trip, where all the water of the Sweetwater Branch enters into the Floridan aquifer. By this point, much of the original stormwater has been filtered thanks to the Depot Park and the Sweetwater wetlands. What once was a 2-hour trip is now about a 2-week trip. The trail itself is about 1.5 miles long one way and has an observation tower at the end of the trail, although it has been closed lately, mostly due to hurricane flooding. Trail segments include a forest trail, quarry boardwalk, plains trail, and finally, a 2-story observation deck. Along the trail are lots of opportunities to hike and to birdwatch and to simply observe nature. The entrance to the trail is close to an intersection with the Gainesville-Hawthorne State Trail, which is a 16-mile long trail that stretches from Bulware Springs State Park through Payne's Prairie. We start with a hike from the parking lot into a forest trail, where we'll pass under an old train archway and eventually pass through an old stable. From here, we'll be able to reach the boardwalk, and you'll be able to see some wildlife, such as cranes, eagles, turtles, snakes, wild horses, bison, and of course, gators. The Alachua Sink itself is here with a couple sinkholes, although visibility is often dependent on the water table and whatever plants might be growing on the water. We can then follow the boardwalk, which provides very scenic views of the marsh and the vast expanse of the prairie. Towards the end of the boardwalk, we can often find many alligators lounging about. In fact, the Chua Trail is known as one of the best places to see alligators in Gainesville. In 1774, William Bartram, a famous American botanist, noticed specifically that this great sink was a gathering place for alligators. At the end of the boardwalk, we can enter the prairie itself, although due to recent flooding, the full trail is not accessible anymore. This concludes the narrated portions of our virtual tour, but please feel free to explore other available resources on your own. Thank you.